Guys, Andrew here.
And Caleb.
And Matt.
Welcome to another LCR podcast.
Lights, camera, reaction episode
50.
Literally
you said it last week. Come on, dude.
And literally just said the number right now.
57. This is kind of our thing. I say LCR. He
I always fuck it up, so there we go.
He's not wrong.
He says
He's
Let's
not
Get
wrong.
Reaction. You're supposed to say
You know
in
what?
the episode.
Keep bullying me. I will fucking.
No.
That's right. You be nice to me.
Okay.
If you guys haven't seen it, we dropped a Minions reaction.
And we're just trying to keep ourselves blind to how well it's doing because it's fucking
tight.
Anyway.
Also, I was gonna do so. Just start talking.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go get some more water. I actually do want. Can you?
Okay. I guess I'm hosting the podcast for a sec. Oh,
That's better, but
better than sink water. How's it going, Matt?
What? Okay.
I don't really know what Caleb's doing, but how are you?
My head hurts.
Yeah.
I have crackhead energy. I don't know why.
But you've never taken cocaine, or have you?
Cocaine is different from crack.
Crack, cocaine, Titanic, it's all the same thing.
It is not the same thing.
One is clean, one is not.
So you see, the thing with buttered toast is the fact that some genius looked at wheat and was like, fucking cook it. They cooked it. They made fucking bread. He looked at it and was like, did you use the stuff from the thing?
You'll never know. How cold is it? It wouldn't be that cold immediately.
Well, I guess you're right. Anyways, he took a look at bread and he was like,
It was getting a little toasty.
this absolute mad fucking lad was like, cook it again. So they did. And then they took a cow and they yanked it because they were just like, it works for men. Does it work for female cows? And sure enough, it did. And when you beat that fucking shit harder.
They actually have to be pregnant.
What do you think happens if you whisk semen long enough? Do you think we get butter?
Is it
Should we try
dairy?
It's white.
So it's paint.
Is paint dairy?
No, paint.
Are you sure?
What was
Can you make
this?
butter out of paint?
We should check in on Josh. Oh, you weren't there. Josh is going through like a lactose intolerance build-up thing.
I give Matt 15 more minutes of this energy before he crashes.
That's what you fucking said.
15 minutes later, nothing from Matt for the rest of the podcast.
Oh, man. Well,
So he'll die from gluten, so he wants to also stop eating dairy.
So pretty much he's eating dirt.
Are we sure that doesn't even have dairy in it? Gluten in it?
No idea. But you know what I do know has gluten in it? Not my first news, but I'm going to jump into it anyways.
That segue would have been so sick.
Birds of Prey coming out tomorrow as of this podcast recording.
Get that bread.
It is 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. I know we don't like Rotten Tomatoes. Sometimes it's fun to look at it just to see. But when a movie...
It bodes well.
Yeah.
Why don't we open up our own rating system?
I don't know.
You got a fluff on your nose.
But that's awesome.
Might be a boogie.
I think this is the second
Nose
highest DCE... I guess it's not DCEU, but just DC movie.
I don't want to touch it.
But yeah, Birds of Prey, 92%. That's awesome. I'm excited to see it tomorrow. So...
It's tomorrow. Keep forgetting.
Tomorrow!
Check out our reaction to it. That was literally like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Really? Was it
Check
3
out our
weeks ago?
Minions reaction.
Like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Shamelessly
Oh,
plugging that.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was. Wow. Wow.
There's the 4 of us, right?
Yeah,
No.
Connor was there.
Yeah.
Anyways, we know our channel. Just
You
some
leave
box
for a
office
week?
numbers for the last week of January.
This
What
is
what do we all think came out on top? For the last week?
The Gentleman, obviously.
Parasite.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys for Life.
Again.
Yeah, it rained pretty much the entire month of January.
Well, I wouldn't say rained. I mean, we had some drizzles, but...
It almost made 18 million.
So,
Wow. That's pretty
In
good.
its third week.
Yeah, in its third week. That's pretty great. It's almost hit 150 million domestically. So It's pretty good for a
Dude,
January
China
movie.
probably ate that movie up. Actually, not everyone's dying. Just kidding.
1917 comes in at second with 10 million. Doolittle 8 million at third. Gretel and Hansel 6 million at fourth.
Oh,
And number 5, The Gentleman.
It's still top 5.
I mean, what else is there?
Star Wars.
Parasite.
It's just a really. Anyways, yeah, The Gentleman.
The Parasite comes out again next week.
As much as it
For the
sucks
Oscar
that
screening.
it didn't get the love that it deserves,
Well, Oscars come out. Oscars is this Sunday.
I take
There's
solace
two. Well,
in the fact
okay, but they're
that
still
we
doing
gave
a
it the
double show.
love that it deserved.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Even though it's like our lowest video for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we had 10 views and then went back to 9. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
How does that happen?
But yeah, so
What
Gentleman,
do you do, baby?
it's got it's pretty low, but
I can feel that air already.
ooh, very,
Turn the
very,
air on.
very airy.
When you're talking about your semen.
Yeah, that was something.
Me
So-
talking about whiskey in my semen makes you think I should turn the air conditioning on.
To
Oh,
hint at The Witcher, which we'll be talking about later on in this podcast. I don't know if we stated it or not. All spoilers.
All spoilers.
Season 2 is starting to film this month.
Yeah. So
they casted 2 new members. They're really nobodies. I looked them up, but I didn't write
This
down
could
their
totally
names.
come on.
It could, yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but hopefully, or early next year. So,
I feel like this is around when it started filming last year, if not later.
but that's really cool. Season 2 coming. I hope it's really good. So we'll be talking more about The Witcher
yeah.
around that time. Oh, here we go. Christian Bale.
Huh?
Christian Bale.
Bale Christian.
Bales
Bales
of
of
hay.
Christians.
Is rumored. I think we all kind of saw this coming, but is rumored to be playing the villain for
Ooh.
the next Thor movie.
Wasn't that in last week's podcast news?
I didn't think we knew he was the villain.
It was like
I've-
2 weeks ago that we talked about him being casted
Right.
in it, but now it's showing that he's being. And I think we all just kind of like figured he was going to be the villain.
That's probably what it was.
But this is kind of like more confirming it that it sounds like he's going to be the villain. So just that's
I
exciting.
keep forgetting Carl Urban was in Thor 3.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. 'Cause
Look
you're
at
like-
my
about your-
stuff.
When you think about it, you're just like, fuck, Carl Urban has been around for a while.
He's been
Yeah.
Lord of the
The
Rings.
Lord of the Rings, Doom,
he was in the
Dread.
Dredd.
Oh my gosh.
Red,
The Boys.
Oh my gosh.
Boys.
Oh, he was in the Star Trek movies. That's the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Um,
kind of a different character in the Star Trek movies.
Yeah, he was
He's the
nicer.
medic.
Yeah, yeah, he was nicer.
He was nice.
He was a doctor, not a medic.
He was so nice.
Do we have any idea who Christian Bale could be playing? Do we have any like Thor fans over here who knows the villains?
Akshay. Any
Akshay.
chance?
Nope. I'll phone him really quick. I'll phone a friend.
No, I think he's still gonna be the guy from.
I want him to
Salvation.
voice the frog Thor.
I don't think that's going to be a villain.
Dude, what if he was?
Bro, what if he put on, or what if he lost enough weight that he actually looks like a frog?
He better get best
Turned
actor
himself into a
nom.
frog. Christian Bale cosplaying Froppy. Make it happen.
Make it happen. I think we all saw this also, but Owen Wilson is joining Loki.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Speaking of Loki, seeing the first shots of him in the
Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there.
teaser.
We'll get there.
Well, when you bring him up,
Well, I'm
get
breaking
there.
up Owen Wilson, really. Because I have no idea who he's going to play.
right?
You don't know who Owen Wilson is?
Who he's going to play, Matt.
Oh.
You should listen to me when I speak.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Do you not understand the power that I hold?
Oh, my gosh. I don't really care anymore. Just tell me.
You know what? You know
know
what?
what?
Stop it.
I
We
should've-
agreed. We agreed. Put it away. I will knock your water over.
Please.
That sounds like a you problem.
I don't walk on that side of the table.
It'd be that way, but
I'll make it go this way.
that's cool that they're bringing in another big actor to the Loki story.
Family.
Yeah, that he's going to be in it, and yeah, after what we saw, I mean, it was literally like promotional footage, but pretty exciting. This is the big one that Matt and I know. Sam Raimi is being eyed as the Doctor Strange 2 director. So bringing another horror director into the franchise.
Also, bringing back somebody who's familiar with the Marvel Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Which
with arms wide open.
Which brings up the picture I just saw when Morbius dropped. It had the Sam Raimi Spider-Man on the graffiti. Right. So were they hinting something with that now that Sam Raimi is being attached?
Absolutely. There is no way that could be anything more than just an absolute coincidence.
I'm just saying, you never know.
I don't think. Honestly, I really don't think so. I think they were just like, we really like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Let's put him up there.
I just don't get why that's there, honestly.
It was either that or Garfield suit. They don't have all the rights to Tom Holland's. So
or just do like the logo of Spider-Man. Like, why actually just take something and just...
Because they want to stir up
I
controversy.
I think they were just kind of hoping that, like... or I think they were just, banking on the fact that people weren't really going to care, notice, raise too many questions.
Do you know the culture today?
Dude, what if this is like an alternate universe? And what if Doctor Who is like Peter Parker but older? The guy, Doctor Who actor that was in Morbius. That was walking for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, Matt something.
Yeah.
Like Matt Palmer?
Matt Baker?
That's you.
That's me. I'm in Morbius. I am Morbius.
You're Peter Parker.
That's lame.
Is it? I'd rather be Spider-Man than a vampire.
Oh. You don't deserve to watch Castlevania Season 3 coming out in March. That's fucking soon, guys.
It is soon. It was also news, but I mean, right there, you got my little Castlevania dude.
Sorry.
Well,
I hope he's in it.
Nice segue from going to Doctor Strange to Morbius to Castlevania.
Have you seen Season 2 yet?
I haven't seen any of it
Damn.
yet. But you know what? I'll watch that in one night, too.
Yeah, you can literally watch it in like 4 hours.
Duh.
Season 1 doesn't even count. You can just watch it as one full season. But yeah, so Castlevania Season 3 comes out in March. There wasn't a date. It just in March, right?
Let's play some Simon
I didn't
Belmont.
look, but if you check on Netflix, it'll probably give you a date.
Yeah, it's coming out in March at least, so that's like a month away if it's coming out like the beginning of March.
Should be getting a trailer soon.
Yeah, that'd be, yes. So
hopefully, yeah.
Try to watch it, so then you can react with us.
Is that Simon? Is that Richter?
Oh.
Belmont?
I thought you were actually seeing something.
Just
I was
like, what
we
the
have
fuck?
we have lost Caleb. Let's see.
Let me cross it off.
Oh wait.
Oh, here we go. Okay,
Hang on.
Where was it? 15 minutes. Was Matt's energy drop?
Maybe.
Fuck. What is? You guys remember the episode of SpongeBob where they basically just yes. This guy.
It's like the training.
It goes on for like 2 minutes.
How do you? I couldn't do it
Because he just needs to
he's like. Now I'm just like,
Sorry.
sounds like a lot of hoopla.
Sorry for all the audio listeners out there. Dude, that's like you need to like master the scat skills
I've been
to
watching.
be able to do that.
I've been watching too much Simpsons, and I called it a Krusty Burger when I was supposed to say Krabby Patty. But I love that episode. That was definitely the first episode where I was like, this is like meta humor. I like it. Like I kind of like understood like SpongeBob had different humor than just what it was going for.
Yeah, we were 7 years old and we were just like, I understand the concept of meta humor.
I kind of got it.
I'm
like,
just
like
kidding.
dry humor.
I'm just making a sarcastic joke. Can you just go along with it?
Nope.
Fuck you.
How are you supposed to go along with it?
I don't know.
Oh man, there's a lot of spikes in this. I'm sorry for everybody. This is very.
The biggest letdown of the episode was that we didn't get the secret formula.
Have we ever?
Yeah.
Will we ever?
Yeah.
We have?
Yeah.
How?
What is it?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't know shit.
I fucking know it.
Plankton.
Oh.
Spoilers to an episode that's like 8 years old.
You know what?
So, Bob Iger has confirmed that there is 10 Marvel shows in development right now for
It also
Disney
contains
Plus.
We know
sea cheese,
5?
sea lettuce, sea
6?
tomatoes,
5?
pickles, ketchup,
6.
mustard,
We know
mayonnaise,
6.
and sea onions.
Are we counting like the ones coming out this year?
Right.
So those 3. Then we got
Moon
She-Hulk
Knight, She-Hulk, and Hawkeye.
and Hawkeye.
Do we know of any other ones?
I'm trying to think.
Does the Marvel animated one count? The What Ifs? That probably counts.
Let's count it because it is Marvel. So
we need 3 more.
there's 3 more. I have no idea what they could be, but I just thought I was like, damn, that's a lot of shows.
Yeah.
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 I think Matt missed that whole conversation.
No, you were talking about how.
Were you looking at the numbers again?
Bucky. No, fuck. The Winter Soldier and Falcon comes out in August. Mandalorian season 2 comes out.
You're stealing another piece of news, but that's
well,
not
I'm
what we're
fucking sorry. I was looking up the Krabby Patty secret formula.
We were talking about how there are 10 Marvel shows in development right now.
Oh fuck!
For Disney Plus.
That's a lot.
Yes.
It's more than 9.
And we know of 7 of them.
Yeah, we know 7 of them.
Can you name them?
A B C D E F G
H.
Anyway,
I, J,
those are 3 shows
The
that
puppet show was good. I just wish they would talk more about the alphabet instead of other things. A B C.
Just keep going with the news, please.
Okay. Well, then we'll talk about it now.
LMNO.
Out of nowhere, Disney was like, you know what? We're going to make sure that Disney Plus is worth your while.
Yes.
Coming out in August, we have 6 episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Coming out in October, we have Mandalorian Season 2.
How many episodes?
8 episodes.
Are they actually going to be more than 30 minutes?
Who knows? And then coming out in December, WandaVision with 6 episodes.
Back to back. No.
Back.
Number's a bit of a myth.
Taking a break. To back. Taking a break. To back.
Yep.
Yep.
We have...
Gives you time to watch everything.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like you're going to start watching it, then you're going to have like a week or 2 off, watch the next one, week or 2 off. Or honestly, since Mandalorian is 8 episodes, it might like just bleed right into
Falcon
WandaVision.
and Winter are only 6 episodes.
I think that's how all the Marvel shows are going to go. That's what it seems like.
I think 8 is like a good number.
6 is kind of like 2 movies, depending on the length.
I really hope that the Marvel shows are 1 hour.
Yeah, if there's 6 episodes,
I could deal with Mandalorian episodes being 35 to 45 minutes. I would love them to be an hour, but...
Give me the baby.
Yes. I would just love everything to be like an hour long for TV.
But
for
I also
shows
think
like that
because of the fact that these shows will be tying into the MCU,
Yes.
I think it is better for them to be their own like little movies.
And like,
but we don't even know if they're going to go for multiple seasons too. So
I think it's kind of I think it's like one and done. Honestly, I think that's how it's going to be.
I could see some like Moon Knight being more than one.
I could see Falcon and Winter Soldier being more than one.
I can see it as like almost like an anthology kind of thing. So like this, you can watch Falcon and Winter Soldier season 1 in between like these 2 movies or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next season takes place in between these 2 movies.
Right.
But if you watch the seasons back to back, there might be confusion because you haven't seen like a movie where they were both in,
Yeah.
Something like that. I have no idea how they're going to do
people
it.
should be aware of that.
But
because you realize with the movies you have to be invested with it. So with the TV show, you still got to be invested with the timeline.
I think people are gonna like the people that are watching the show know what they're getting themselves into. Yeah. So
this isn't your Netflix Marvel series.
No, this isn't just kind of just something generic.
Honestly, like,
or
I
Agents
was
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
thinking that WandaVision would really only work as like a 1 season thing with Doctor Strange, but it could be the perfect tie-in to bringing the mutants into the MCU.
I guess so. Now that we're talking about this, we can tie into the Super Bowl teaser for this because this was the holy fuck. Like,
were there any rumors about this dropping?
Well, everybody thought we would see something for Falcon Winter Soldier,
right?
But I don't think we were going to see something for that WandaVision and fucking Loki.
I mean, if anything, this was like the WandaVision big reveal.
Yeah, this was. I mean, because we've gotten a lot more concept art for Falcon Winter Soldier. We've gotten leaked photos. I think the benefit that WandaVision takes place like on a set, so there's not going to be that many leaks because it's not going to need like extras and stuff.
Yeah.
Not a lot of outside stuff.
So seeing a lot of that was a treat. I guess we'll start with Falcon Winter Soldier. Just a few shots. We have
Bucky's haircut.
Sam throwing the shield into a tree. He must not have that for long because then we later see hashtag not my cap have the shield. So
well, do we know if that's like the real shield or like a replica? Because what's Captain America without a shield?
Well, I'm saying I wonder if they if the government comes in and say, hey buddy, no, you're not Captain America, we need somebody else to be Captain America. Right. So I wonder if they take the shield away from him. Like I wonder if he has it and then they take him away.
I could totally see them fighting with like their shields though. And then like
if there is two, yeah.
Right.
We have a shot of
One's vibranium and one's what's Wolverine made of?
Adamantium.
Adamantium, vibranium.
We get Bucky
Thanks for the lifeline, man.
dropping a bunch of bullets in front of Zemo.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know what that's about. I guess maybe he just wants to get shot again because that's how his character wanted to end in Civil War. He wanted to kill himself, and Black Panther's like, "Nah, bitch, not today." I'm trying to think of other shots. There is a shot of them both down just like a random hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else? Oh, there was like these people jumping out of like a plane that like are flying.
Yeah.
Don't know what those people are.
Kind of like the Black Widow shot.
I was watching Mr. Sunday Movies, and they were thinking that this could explore like the Falcon's training, like some backstory for him,
that would make sense.
and that could be like him like training to become the Falcon.
Or it could even show his partner getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how cool that would be if like our military had like specific people? Like that's Captain Rogers, and he's like this dude, and he's got like his own special stuff. But no, we just have generic soldiers.
Generic?
I mean, that was like the big thing, like the first, like Captain America, the first Avenger, is they made this soldier as like the icon. So like that, yeah, I guess Falcon's like a modern day version of that.
And I guess that's like asking if we have like legit like heroes.
Yeah.
Licensed superheroes that have their specific
But then
shit.
that brings up the,
I
like,
specify in flying. It's like, oh crap.
if they actually go like fight on the field or if they're just there, like in The Boys, where they're just there for the show. They don't actually do anything.
Yeah.
So, God, I love The Boys.
Even though they're trying to get into the military.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works.
That's not us saying that we disapprove of you heroes in the U.S. military. We support you. We love you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we love you.
I feel like you got offended when I said generic soldiers.
I don't know, man. The small egos.
R3.
But it comes out in August. So
That's what's up.
that's a nice...
What's up?
Could have been July, a nice patriotic show to come out, but I guess August is good enough.
We got things moving around in July.
Let's see what you did there. Then moves on to WandaVision, and we get to see the Vision, which when I first saw it, I was like,
In black and white? Or did we see him in other ones?
well, I think it's just black and white, because like I don't really know what's going on, but I assume Wanda is like messing with her own mind, and she gets trapped in it somehow.
Or maybe Shuri brings back Vision.
And, well, I'm thinking the reason why Vision's showing up black and white, because that's the last thing she remembered seeing him turn into, like, that gray when he got the stone ripped out of him.
His head imploded.
Yeah, he was a gray body. So I think that her last memory of him was that color, so that's why he's showing up as that color.
Okay, so I have two theories. Number one, the different variations that we saw of her and Vision are different time zones. So each episode will focus on a different time zone, area, time, a different decade.
Yeah.
Also, going back to what you said about Wanda being trapped in her mind, that's how the whole House of M.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
started
remember
out.
us talking about this before.
Yeah, and that's why I think that if they did do either a season 2 or depending on what Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness ensues,
And the X-Men.
we could get either a glimpse of the X-Men or the entire introduction of them into the MCU.
Well, because here's my
Scarlet
thing.
Witch is like the most powerful mutant.
How, like, is this show going to have, like, a villain? You know? Who is the villain
I think
in
it
House
might
of M?
Be
Is
a
there?
sitcom style where
It's kind of
at
like
the
Dark
end
Phoenix.
it turns into a...
Well, I'm saying, like, yeah, the villain doesn't have to be there from the very beginning, but I feel like there has to be something towards the end that is more, like, I'm trying to find the word I'm looking for. Just more, there's more weight to the situation going on. It's not just they're jumping through different time zones. There's a reason they're jumping through different time zones, and like Scarlet Witch realizes maybe somebody is controlling her mind instead of herself. Like she thinks she's in control this whole time, but then there is like this bigger threat that's actually been controlling her the whole time, and
So-
she has to escape.
spoilers for if you haven't read the House of M. What happens is that Scarlet Witch is actually, she has 2 kids, and then they die, and that puts her into this crazy depressive state where she basically alters everybody around her, friends, family, everything, So, yeah, it's just, I mean, there's so many different paths that they can take.
So what if instead of the two kids dying, Vision dying is her traumatic moment?
That
Even though at the
and
end of Endgame, she
her
didn't look that
brother
upset.
with her brother dying too, I guess was pretty.
That
Well,
could,
yeah.
that could be a thing. Or at the end of the last episode, maybe Doctor Strange, kind of comes in within like the last like 15 minutes and is like, hey, you need to snap out of this. You've thrown the entire world into chaos.
I guess this could end on a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, if this is going to
Is Doctor Strange the first one to come out next year, or is it that Shang-Chi movie? Which one comes out first next year?
I thought
I think Doctor Strange comes out first.
I thought Doctor Strange was the last one.
Is it? I don't know. Because is Shang-Chi in production?
Because that'd be fucking awesome if like this ends. Like,
Also, by the way, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, fucking Mandalorian. Not Mandalorian, Mandarin.
The Mandarin. Like if
Doctor
this,
Strange 2 is supposed to come out May 7th, 2021.
Okay, so that's probably.
it could be.
Never mind that.
Like, I mean, it would be a few months, but yeah, like if there's a cliffhanger that, like, we watched the last episode like mid-January or whatever, depending on when the show comes
It's not
out,
that long of a wait.
and then it's like, yeah, like 4 months, and then we can see what happened.
Because that's what I think.
It should be a cliffhanger then. Yeah, it should be a cliffhanger.
I do think that Doctor Strange is going to come into the show and say like, "Hey, you got to snap out of this."
Dude, this is.
If you guys want to read the comic, I'll let you because it's not too long, but it is.
This is.
Doesn't Professor X have like a big role in that?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a few months since I
Sucks
read
that they
it.
haven't had all the resources and time to develop everything.
Yeah.
How different would the MCU be if they had all the rights to the characters from the get-go?
It would probably be loads different.
A lot, very different.
I don't think we would have ever gotten like an Ant-Man movie.
This early.
Yeah,
Especially.
I don't think we would have. I don't know how. Like, yeah, I don't even know if like Thor and like Iron Man would have had like a trilogy.
Right.
Like if we.
That's a weird thought
I
experiment.
feel like Iron Man would have. I don't think Thor would have as much.
But yeah, it'd have been interesting. Like if X-Men and Fantastic Four. And
Honestly, I don't think it would have been
Spider-Man.
as good as it is now.
I don't know. It could be even better. Who knows? Well, never in a parallel universe.
Like
that's a thing.
what's that whole idea of like creativity works better with limitations?
Yeah.
It's like they only had a few things they could work with. Where if they have everything to choose from, it's like, all right, do we go this route, this route?
But when you got
Whatever.
Kevin Feige on board, he's legendary.
I just can't
He's
wait
been
for
in the
Dr.
game. So yeah.
Dr. Doom.
And then last we have just a little teaser of Loki in a prison outfit.
Yeah.
With an interesting symbol.
A symbol which I forgot what it stood for, but I watched Mr. Sunday Movies talked about it. It stands for these. It's like a police force that lives in between different time zones.
What?
Time zones?
Or like different like universes or stuff, because like he's time jumping, like he's jumping
Right.
through different
Yeah.
times. So like in between those time jumps
Wait, how's he? I thought he had the space stone.
or different realities. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, it's reality. So when he's jumping through different realities, there's like the in between when he's going from one to the next. There's like this secret service of these like police officers or whatever, and like the logo thing on his prison outfit is their logo.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like they're gonna be like, he looks like he's in prison at one point in the show because he gets caught for going through different realities. I forgot what it's fucking called. I forgot.
So this isn't even like what we thought, where it's just like Loki causing hijinks.
It looks like it's gonna be like an
alternate-
actual like
Yeah.
story. Like
Because when you brought up like the time thing, it's like, are they trying to bring him back somehow to the
no,
timeline
sorry,
right
it's supposed to
now?
be realities. That was it.
I
But-
could still see them like trying to force past Loki into the present timeline. That would be weird.
but
And also, I don't want the whole like Thor trying to like bring back the arc that Loki had into past Loki, like teach him again. Kind of like the whole idea of Star-Lord trying to find past Gamora and trying to get her to love him again.
yeah, I hope that's not the plot
Right.
for Guardians 3. It'd be like, okay, so we're just doing Guardians 1 again because Guardians 2 wasn't Guardians 1, so now Guardians 3 is Guardians 1. So I'm not really a fan
Wait,
of Guardians 2. I'm not a fan of Guardians 2. Is pretty much what I was trying to say.
I like Guardians too.
But yeah, so those were the three. I watched it like 3 times in a row because I was like, that was good.
Yeah, it's only 30 seconds,
It's
right?
30. It's beautiful. Like that's what you
Costs
need.
millions of dollars for that 30 seconds.
Well, that's a good segue. I have the top 5 most expensive Super Bowl movie spots.
Just movie?
Or
No, just
2020.
2020. These were just the movie spots. What companies paid for their to get the right time zone.
Right, that's weird. Within 3 hours, that 30 seconds can cost so different.
Yeah, so Mulan comes in at number. This is top 4. I thought it was 5. Top 4. Mulan comes in at number 4 with $5.3 million for a 30-second ad.
That's not a lot though. For Disney.
I know, but like still.
Yeah.
That's like part of the budget.
Minions and Fast 9 both tied with 5.5 million for their 30-second
Go watch our
ads.
Minions reaction.
And No Time to Die, I think if I read the article correctly, this is the most expensive. It's not like that much different than the other two. The most expensive money paid for an ad, which was 5.7 million. So I feel like they must have gotten like the ideal spot.
Okay, so they're all within 5 million, though.
Yeah, but that's still
Now,
a lot of money to just go to 4 of. I think there was like at least 10 commercials.
Do you think that money comes from the estimated budget, or is that somewhere else?
That's why people
Does that fall
say
into marketing?
when you look at a budget, you have to double it for marketing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot of money. So the profit. You have to double the profit of the budget to make the movie profitable. Does that make sense?
Yes. So that the budget is for the movie itself, but then with marketing included, you need to double the budget
To
in
break
order
even.
Yes.
Yes. So like if you
God damn,
Yeah.
gentlemen. Fuck.
the gentleman's not making money.
Doolittle losing. Doolittle. 175. There's no way they spent $175 million on marketing as well.
No.
So I think that's a loose term, but still.
Yeah. I'm
Rule of
kind of
thumb.
like butchering it, but I know
There's no way they
what
dropped
it is.
$0.3 billion on
Amazon
Doolittle.
had Doolittle boxes for delivering.
For like a week.
I saw quite a few.
They're boxes.
I live in
I love when
Almost
you go to
200
like
million.
when you go to the grocery store and there's like broccoli and it has frozen on it. You're like, what the fuck? Like,
It's like, no, I will not freeze my broccoli.
Oh God, there was that. Speaking of Super Bowl commercials, the one with Maisie Williams and she was singing "Let It Go." It
well, I
like
was
a
going to
car
talk about
commercial.
some of
Okay.
just like the best ones.
The song's good. It's just a meme at this point. If you're
Yeah.
singing it in a commercial,
Her eyebrows were weird.
One last news before we talk about some of the best.
season 8, season 8,
Season 8.
Yennefer, Arya.
So yeah, obviously Disney's keep making these live action remakes. I guess one that is in the works is Peter Pan,
Yep.
and Joaquin Phoenix is eyeing towards Hook.
Oh, they're gonna say the alligator. Damn it.
Okay.
So
I feel like it'd be a good hook.
yeah, I could see him being.
Oh, yeah.
And Danny DeVito as Shmi or whatever his name is.
Schmeagle.
But yeah, I was just like, okay, I could see him, especially the beard he has right now.
Oh yeah.
When he was at the BAFTAs and he gave his speech, I was like, oh my god, your beard. Every like award show, his beard has just been getting bigger and just more like Dr. Suey.
Can we get another Smells Like Teen Spirit
No.
scene?
No.
What is this? Get Out?
Yeah. Anyways, I wrote down.
I need to see that tear.
a lot.
Do it
of-
again.
A lot of my favorite. Did you get to watch a good amount of them?
Yeah. So
Yeah?
I didn't get
Okay.
to see like the whole like arc of the baby nut and all the
yeah.
brands like coming together.
I
Yeah,
didn't really care. The brands coming together was cool.
that was
Right,
fun.
but wasn't there like multiple commercials where they did that?
Yeah, there was a lot. There was like Febreze,
yeah.
the cleaning.
It was
Mr.
nice
Shine.
seeing Sophie Vergara. What's her name? The mom from
Yes, Sophia
Modern
Vergara.
Family?
Modern
Yeah.
Family.
Vergara.
something like that.
Vagina.
Smoking.
I think one of my favorite ones was the Jason Momoa
Oh yeah.
one.
I was telling
that was definitely like, wow, that was smart.
I was telling Matt earlier that someone put up All Might and Small Mite next to Jason Momoa and Small Momoa, and they're like same energy.
Somebody photoshopped his skinny body into the Aquaman poster.
Dude, speaking of Aquaman, what do we think is going to happen with Amber Heard?
We'll talk about that last. Yeah, that's the last thing that's on my list. But yeah, so I don't even remember what the commercial was for. I just remember laughing my ass off.
Yeah, I have no idea what the commercial was.
Especially when he pulls off the little cap, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, that was really funny. Like, that was
there a Doritos commercial?
Yes, which is another one right here. Old Town Road with Sam Elliott and his mustache.
Yeah.
See, that just felt weird because it was a Cool Ranch Doritos. Usually Doritos commercials
and it's usually that one
cheese.
guy.
Like, so it's the same guy?
Yeah. He's been like it's been like the same dude for like the last few years, and then this one they didn't bring him back, and I was kind of sad.
For some reason, I'm imagining T.J. Miller. Can you imagine T.J. Miller in a Dorito commercial?
His career's ruined. Is it though? But yeah, so I like the Doritos one.
Like
that was funny. I mean, clearly you could see that like Sam Elliott was not making some of those moves, but it was still funny that he was in it. And then Billy
We're getting
Ray
a Rodeo
Cyrus.
music video soon.
A what?
Rodeo? Another one of Nas' songs.
I like Rodeo. Cardi B's bit isn't actually that bad in it.
That's all right, yeah.
Yeah, like she's
getting
decent.
hate?
It's just Cardi B.
Because like, you know, I listened to Wiggle It by French Montana and like Inner City Girls or whatever the fuck their name is. And like, if you haven't listened to it, just like the way that they talk is just like fucking dumb. But like Cardi B is actually good. She's funny, so like I can respect her. Anyways,
commercials.
Wicked Smart Parka.
oh my god, fucking
Did you not
Chris
be able to hear
Evans.
that one?
I didn't get hear it. I saw it.
That's how they talk. Like, that's a nice car right there. That's a smart car.
And
Who
John
else was in
Krasinski
it?
pulls up. He's
That's
like,
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah, and
dude, when I saw John Krasinski, I was like, yeah.
that was my
When I
commercial
saw
got
that, the only thing
spoiled.
I could think of was like, that's Captain and Mr. Fantastic. Please.
Dude, he needs to be Mr. Fantastic.
Yes.
Make his wife.
Yes.
invisible
Honestly.
woman.
That's what
Emily
people.
Blunt
That's what
as-
people want.
Yeah,
People want that.
that's like all the concept art, and it would make sense. Come on, make the couple.
Who
a
would, be,
couple.
who would be the
loves-
thing in Johnny Storm? It's hard for dude. Honestly, I'd be okay if you brought back Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Chris Evans. I'm like, you can't. you just can't. That would fuck up so many people's mind if he came back.
I work with a guy who looks a lot like Michael B. Jordan.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you call him
Is
Michael
it
B.
actually
Jordan?
Michael B.
No.
Jordan?
Yeah, what if it was? Like, what if his next movie is like a documentary or something about FedEx drivers? That'd be pretty good. And you're in it, actually. You have no idea.
It's you falling and hurting your leg.
You
just got, like, behind
you
the scenes.
breaking
Wasn't
like
there
the
that
windshield, like the mirror and everything. Like that's all in the
Why
documentary.
don't we just talk about all the fucking mishaps I've had at my job?
Dude, I told him about Steve falling though.
Oh yeah.
Dude, do I still have the scar?
Oh, and when you,
When
dude, why is it the shin? Why is it always gotta be the shin?
we had like these metal tins that go on all the food to keep them warm, and I took like the bucket of them, and so all the edges are pointing out and they're really pointy, and I pick it up and just jab it in my knee, and like I'm just working.
I thought you were carrying something else and you ran into it.
Oh, I thought I was carrying them, but then like
I
I was
wasn't
like
there for that
working,
day.
and like this one Teamster walks over and he's like, "Dude, your leg is bleeding," and I look down and it's just like gushing blood, and I'm like, "Huh." It's like 4 a.m. Like, this is a great start to the workday.
It always happens at the start.
Yeah. And there's just like, this is gonna be a great day. Another one. Oh yeah, we talked about the planters, hashtag baby nut.
Baby nut.
When it made the dolphin noise, I was like, okay, you're trying too
dumb.
hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, I think they only did that because of Baby Yoda.
oh, definitely.
Baby things are just what?
Yes,
Did I not say that?
you did.
I did.
Well, I wasn't there, so whatever.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. I said it.
I also
said it.
the MC Hammer can't
Yeah,
touch
that-
this.
that was
That was a
good.
really good one because he had his hands all cheesy from the Cheetos. That was a really funny one.
And then the baby. He was the baby. He was the baby.
Oh yeah, he was the baby.
I would like to see the baby.
I thought there was more. I only saw the one Rick and Morty Pringles commercial.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was funny, but I thought there was like, I thought I heard that there was like 2 or 3 of those, but that was a really good one. Oh my god, a fucking sad one. The Google, remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
I wasn't ready for that.
I was not ready. Amanda was like tearing up, and I was like, hold it together. Like they were swelling. I was like, this is so fucking emotional right now. I can't help it.
Also, one
Dude, that was our
just like,
Clydesdale commercial.
Also was like fucking.
also
like,
one that was weird was just like, I mean, like it was nice because it brought attention to the fact that dogs have cancer or can get cancer.
But then Josh was like, do you guys know what this commercial was about? WeatherTech. Do you know how it began with a dog getting cancer?
What?
So like
I didn't see that one.
So like last year.
Like for cars?
Yeah. Last year there was
Mats?
a lab dog that was in it, and I guess between last year and this year it got cancer, and so this year's commercial was talking about the dog going through cancer and surviving, but then it was still promoting WeatherTech, and it just kind of didn't make sense
Y'all need
when
to
you think
chill.
about it. But because it also was kind of like they were like you said, they were shedding light on the fact, and they didn't even show their product.
Yeah.
But they had their logo pretty much everywhere. But they didn't show the product, so I don't know.
I'm going to go dark waters on this and say they gave the dog cancer for the publicity. Or they faked it.
No, they faked it.
Did we get a Budweiser commercial?
No, I was so sad. I love Budweiser commercials.
Oh my God, the Tide Pods.
Oh, with Charlie.
Charlie Day.
Yeah, Charlie Day.
He just kept
He
on
was-
popping up.
Oh, and he's like old,
Well, yeah,
right?
he popped in the Bud Light one. He popped in the Wonder Woman teaser. And then he was super old at the end.
We need more Charlie Day. He
Ooh,
needs to be in the MCU.
the Post Malone Bud Light one. That was funny.
Yeah, I didn't really
I
care
saw
for
that.
it that much.
You didn't? I thought it was funny when because like
Are you a fan of Post Malone?
I think he's kind of overrated. Like, he makes good music sometimes, but I'm just like, there's better people.
I just like that everybody in his mind also had his tattoos.
Yeah.
That was probably like the funniest part about it. But my favorite one was the Bill Murray Groundhog Day trailer for Jeep.
Yeah, that was a lot of people's
I was just like, wow, this was because like they brought back pretty much everybody that like was a big role in the movie
Yeah.
to make a little cameo, and then I like the little puppet groundhog guy. He was pretty cute, and just I love Bill Murray. Who doesn't? Bill Murray is great. Did he ever end up working at PF Chang?
Not Jesse Eisenberg, apparently.
No. Yeah, you're right. Shot him.
I don't know.
If
Weren't
you-
you the one that brought up the PF Chang's thing?
Yeah. Did he ever end up showing for a shift?
I don't work at PF Chang's. I never have. I've never been to a PF Chang's.
Yeah, man. What about BF Wings?
What about Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes.
We should go to PF Chang's.
We should go to Buffalo Wild Wings tomorrow. It's Thursday.
And then the last one.
I thought it was Tuesday.
No, it's
We did it
Thursdays because we did it for Bad Boys. The one that like was like the first trailer to show Bryan Cranston, The Shining Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was funny, but then the last shot of him as the twins, you're just like, what the fuck?
Nightmare fuel right there. Who was the girl? I couldn't catch it because it happened so fast.
Oh, she's
I think it was just.
from a comedy, I think.
I feel it was
a
definitely
TV
somebody
comedy.
famous, but like
I didn't recognize her.
She had like curly hair, right?
Yeah.
yeah. It was just funny that like he was just like, here's Mountain Dew. She's like, ooh, I'll take that. I was like, oh, this is great. But yeah, I thought this was a very good year for Super Bowl commercials.
Halftime show on point.
Yeah. Say what you want about like the political statements they were going for.
Oh, fucking dumb. It wasn't family friendly. Okay,
No,
listen,
yeah, that's
Karen.
the hugest thing to come out of it.
Your 8-year-old is already on Pornhub, so fucking chill.
Like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was a very smart Super Bowl like performance, and I think that
it
people
was
that
fun.
that like look at it as just like I don't know, like Adam, like and what the fuck was his
Adam
name?
Levine.
Yeah, Adam Levine's was so fucking boring last year.
Yeah.
Like he had to take off his shirt to make it entertaining, and then even then it wasn't that entertaining.
To be fair, the Super Bowl was boring that year, so it made sense the halftime show was boring.
Also,
like-
you can't fucking. Yeah, the Super Bowl is really fucking dumb.
There was like 16 total points.
Yeah, like, I mean, defense
It was the
really
lowest scoring.
Yeah,
Super
defense
Bowl
was
of all
really
time.
good across both teams, but it was still just like, yay.
For the only game that I watched this year, like when I could actually watch it,
Yeah.
the Super Bowl was a pretty entertaining game, and we also had a
Neiman with the pressure.
yeah.
Richard Sherman got burnt toast.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, it was fun.
good. It was a fun Super
What's
Bowl.
up, Toast?
Good halftime show. Fucking 43 and 50 years old. Fucking fire.
Shakira looked like she was great. She played guitar and the drums.
Ooh,
People
yeah.
pointed out.
That was crazy.
I totally forgot. Shakira like has like a small role in Zootopia. Like she's like the
she's the gazelle. She's like the pop star.
She's wearing the outfit that when I saw that picture, I was like, that's cool. Like that she like wore that.
She uses her like not accent, but like that thing she does with her voice, like the joke with Shakira. She does that a lot in that song too. And that
was good.
Battle cry.
Victory screech.
But did you guys have any other ones? There was like an avocado one that was pretty funny.
I didn't really pay attention to that one a whole lot.
Avocados are lame.
I'm trying to think. Oh, there was the serious one of the cop shooting. Shit. And like an NFL player, like, man,
I don't know.
I'm trying to forget. I don't remember that one.
I'm trying to forget.
It was depressing. It was, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, Super Bowl. It came and went. Oscars are next week. So,
my wigger, Ben Neiman, number 56 on the Kansas Chiefs.
Yeah, he got that good sack. So
yeah,
he's got that good sack. Well,
it wasn't
look
a
at
sack.
his stats.
He applied pressure.
And like like everybody, like not everybody, but at least like 5 people on their Instagram stories like posted pictures of him.
Is it Needham?
Neiman.
Neiman, like Neiman.
I don't know how to spell it. So.
It's just there's someone called Ben Needman that was a former football player. It's like that's kind of a coincidence.
There he is.
Yes.
Let's look him up.
The first thing is
I'm gonna go
Sycamore graduate.
Where are you going?
Blow my nose.
Oh, okay. What are you looking up? His stats?
He's like his Super Bowl stats. See like what he did.
I was gonna say so that shows like what he did
Like in that game.
to help.
Like how many tackles and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, Ben Neiman, linebacker for Kansas City Chiefs, is a Sycamore graduate.
He our class of 2014.
Mm-hmm. Matt and Andrew went to Sycamore. I went to DeKalb, which was a town over. But I will take the credit as well.
Sycamore has a Super Bowl. That is weird.
A Super Bowl champ. He is the most famous person to come out of Sycamore.
Yeah.
As of now.
As of now, just wait. We'll get there.
That's a great picture that they chose for him. Ooh.
Yeah, I was telling Andrew, like, you look at him and you're just like, yeah, you're a football player.
You're a football
He
player.
did not.
What?
Okay, it only showed like 335 tackles. I was like, was that all season? It's not that much.
It's his first
Yeah, he made 2 tackles in the Super Bowl. But you know what? You did your part.
Hey,
You
one of them
played
was
your
like
part.
vital though.
Yeah,
So,
pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the?
That was the one that turned it over.
Oh, they were talking about the one where he like pushed Jimmy out of bounds, like after the second interception.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah, it was like 3rd down and what's the Garoppolo?
Jimmy Garoppolo, yes.
Yeah. Garoppolo was like
The pretty boy
trying to
quarterback.
find somebody to throw to, and
He's like, nah, bitch.
Neiman broke through and he kind of just threw it away, and Neiman got him. And the announcer said, "Neiman with the pressure," and I stood up and I was like, "Neiman with the pressure."
I guess to segue into some drama news. I feel like we're fucking ET over here, entertainment.
TMZ.
Yeah, TMZ. But it just shows you how somebody can easily manipulate people just because they play the innocent game.
Oh, okay, yes.
So back in 2016, Amber Heard came out saying that Johnny Depp abused her.
Wait, is Amber Heard the fucking hot chick?
Mara.
No.
It's Amber Heard.
Bitch.
So you've been hearing about what's going on recently?
Yeah.
And we all fell for it. We all
thought that Johnny Depp was the bad guy. I mean, like,
No,
I never thought he was the bad guy. I kind of was like, really? Like, I know
was just
Johnny
like,
Depp's
I
like
had
kind
no-
of like, you know, always high and like just kind of like lives like the rock
That was
star
the thing.
life.
We thought
but,
like it was believable.
but now, I skip. It's like 46 minutes long. I listen to 2 minutes, skip like 10, listen to 2 minutes of their conversation, their argument. It's pretty hard to listen to. But now finding out that like she lied, that he did not beat her.
Right.
It was the other way around. And now there's like everybody's like pretty much backlashing her to the point where she might not come back for Aquaman 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
Johnny Depp is taking over for
yeah,
him.
I
That's
retweeted it. When I saw that, I was like, that's funny.
This is kind of like Hollywood's Marriage Story, but real life, and the stakes are much higher
Yeah, I mean,
because the investigation isn't over. Amber Heard could have something, an audio recording. It's like, all right, you got yours, I got mine. So it's
Yeah.
like we still need to wait. We
can't
Johnny
jump on
Depp.
assumptions. Yeah.
Let's chill out.
Not judge anybody. It was just sad. Like when I was listening to it, and Johnny Depp was like, "I just want peace." He's like,
Right.
like, I was like, I don't want
I love
to
you,
separate
but-
with you, but like if the things get physical, like we have to separate. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
You
man,
could hear how much.
yeah, he was
cared
just
for him.
very heartbroken. And I mean, there's like a 20-year gap between the two of them, so you can just see that they are probably just in different mindset.
But you could also
at the
look at
time.
Amber Heard and be like, oh, you were that girl in high school.
Yeah, when you hear the audio, like you're like, shit, that's what you sound like. Like I don't know if I'd ever want to hang out with you. Like you kind of just sound super annoying. Johnny Depp though, dude, I could fucking listen to that guy talk all the time. But it's just really sad that
Can
it's
he
coming
get
out.
back on Pirates of the Caribbean?
Can we just make one
please?
more, please? See, look at he's not the bad guy, okay? Because I remember that, like, all of this was going on with Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yes.
And that was like the big push of like, should like we take him out? Like, should we like? And look at, he's not like he could still have a part in it, but it sounds like they're both kind of in the fault. So,
Innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around.
but
Chill out,
would you
everybody.
guys be okay if they recasted her?
I'd be upset because she's fucking
upset,
hot. But also, what happened with the whole Jason Momoa not leaving that island?
Oh, that's long gone. I think
The what?
that was a while ago. He was protesting for mining for dynamite in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that was a few months ago. I think I don't know what happened, if it got resolved or not.
I
But,
mean, same thing with the girl from Divergent protesting the pipeline. It's like, you got to go back to work at some
yeah.
point.
And like
And
there
then
was
when
like
you're done
Walking
shooting, he could
Phoenix
probably go back.
was everybody's like protesting, and you either get arrested or you just eventually have to go back. So I think he's just going back.
And he might go back to Hawaii after shooting again.
Mhm.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some of Aquaman is shot in Hawaii.
Just so he could like be there still.
Well, I meant just like its landscape and stuff.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, so that was that. Just kind of shitty. Found that out today. Like when it's kind of been like going around the last week, but
It sucks. Don't hurt people.
don't hurt people. Just,
Don't
just-
abuse people physically,
just
mentally, emotionally,
love people
verbally.
all the time. So that is for news.
Live life like Larry.
Live life like Larry. I want to spoil some. Matt is tired, as you can see.
The energy is gone, Matt. You
It
said.
is not.
You said. Jennifer.
Jennifer.
You're spoiling what?
Oh, it's time to spoil some Witcher.
Spoil the Witcher.
Spoil the Witcher. So,
Tony Stark dies.
Tony Stark dies. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say that little like creature battle in the swamp thing was really cool.
Oh, within
Oh,
the
the
first
spider?
like, fucking like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such a tease because you're just like, oh yes, more of this. And then you go through the whole episode, and then you get that wicked ass battle where he just
Yep.
kills all those guys, and then he fucking kills his bae.
Dude, that was a cool ass like cleaver thing that the last dude had like the hand, like the finger hole.
And like
So
that's what
cool.
sold me. I was like, that first scene and that last scene, I was like, those were great. Everything in the middle, kind of, especially like, even though there were naked chicks around, that scene was so boring because I had no idea what was going on.
Are you talking about?
When he
met the sorcerer.
when he went into, he talked to that little girl. He goes into that door and then ends up in this like mystical Garden of Eden kind of place.
Yeah.
And I was just like watching. It was just like, I just met this dude. He is spilling so much shit out on the table right now.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with this series is just like the exposition.
Yeah.
So much.
What I like though at the end of the
Names and
episode,
whatnot.
after like he kills all those guys, like it just shows how the town turns on him.
Yeah.
And he's like,
He's
just,
a witch.
you're a witcher, get out of here. And like even little girl, and you're just like, you little girl, you lied to him. You said you wanted to get out of the city. You really didn't. You were just toying with his heart. Ah, fucking bitch. But
I mean, she kind of looked remorseful in a way.
I don't know.
Like she didn't look angry, because she said, "What? Leave this town, Witcher." Because if anything, she was looking out for him. It was like, if you stay here, they're gonna try to do something to you.
I thought she was in it all the way, and just was like, "Fuck you, Witcher."
I could see her like being in another episode. It's like,
Maybe.
hey, you finally got out of here,
Maybe in like
but
5
we're not gonna
years.
recognize her.
No.
Just be like, oh,
That's
okay.
you. Jumping into season 2, not season 2, episode 2. I guess we're introduced to what's his name?
Jessica.
Jessica. We're introduced to him.
Jessica.
Yaskier.
And
Yaskier. Yeah, more of a year.
Yaskier.
Starts with a J. I pronounce it with a Y.
They go on a little hunt
Jaskia.
to like a
Jaskia.
little what's that creature?
It was like a
Oh, like the goat thing.
Yeah.
Forgot what name
and
they
they
gave
meet
it.
the elves.
Yeah.
See, like even
I
then,
love how like elves and dwarves are like totally different depending on like what series you're in.
and this is I guess we'll like start it here now. Like this is when it started getting really confusing for me with the timeline,
Mm-hmm.
because like I assume Yennefer and Geralt, their stories are at the same time in the past.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
But Yennefer's is the oldest,
Is the oldest,
and then she catches up to Geralt's.
and then eventually they all catch up to the young
Right.
girl.
There was a small line when she was in the carriage.
Oh, it's such a throwaway line where she says it's been 10 years or whatever.
It's been like
Yeah.
3 decades.
3 decades or
Yeah.
something.
So
yeah.
like she's old,
yeah.
but she's a witch, so she can like do the whole Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah. And so like I remember my mom like that was like episode 4 or something, because episode 3 is where my
also,
mom
that wife, also pretty fine as well.
my mom made the point where she's like, you know, the old king that Henry was talking to looked like the young king who was dancing with the black mage.
Yeah, because you saw the portrait of them,
Yeah. And I was
and they
like,
said his name.
it was like those two, that must like, that's when we realized there must be different time periods.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 4th episode or 5th or whatever, when she has that throwaway line, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was like a throwaway line, which I thought was like crazy.
I
don't know if, like,
that was
the-
like the 4th episode.
I wonder if the books are structured like that, or even the game. I don't really know how the game could be structured like that, but I
don't
could see
think
the
game
book.
is. I don't think the book was either, because I looked up like an article about that.
I feel like since the show was trying to build 3 different story arcs, that's why it was structured like this. But I
Right.
feel like the games and the book are very
Yeah.
just Geralt
The
centered.
biggest difference with the book and the show, they said, was that the show has more of like a destiny thing to it.
Yeah.
Like how in the last like 4 episodes, there's this huge overlying thing
Law
of
of
like
surprise.
destiny and law of
Lure of
surprise. And you
surprise.
can't go against it. Yeah, destiny's not really like everyone believes in it. It's like if you go against it, you will get punished.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like a whole different system on that.
But then you get the song at the end of episode 2, and I didn't appreciate it when I first heard it. I was like, okay, because we watched the first 2 episodes back to back, and so by the end of the second one, I was kind of getting burnt out because they both were an hour long. But then like that morning, I was walking Daisy, and like it kind of just popped in my head, and I was just like, okay. And then I looked it up, and I was like, fuck, this is good.
And I like how like when he's writing, he's like, "That's not what happened."
Yeah.
Or some.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah. So episode 3. The episode 3 was Yennefer.
And the Striga.
Yennefer in the street.
Yeah, I mean we're introduced to her in episode 2, and she's just this hunchback.
Dude, also, props to that actress for being able
Ooh,
to like,
yeah.
do that thing with her face.
I would hurt my jaw.
Be
I
able
feel like
to
she
act
would
like
lock
that
jaw.
for 2 episodes. Because you can prosthetic that.
Ooh, when that one
her
witch like
makeup
burns
that.
her hand, like when she like tries to do the spell, and
It like got turned into like a beast hand.
Yeah.
Or something like
Or was
that.
it stone? I thought it turned it like withered
She
away.
was floating a stone and like started turning black.
Yeah.
No matter what, it just looked like it. Her hand like
Yeah.
shrunk. It became like
And that's
just, like,
the
a-
same
like,
girl.
stiff. Yeah, later
Yeah.
on.
Can't remember her name.
Nope, can't either. Can't remember a lot of people's names
Oh,
besides
the one with the short black hair?
Yennefer.
At
It
the
wa- it
very
was
end,
long.
She turns like she's the bad
She's like
one?
the evil
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Okay, I thought she looked familiar.
Yeah,
Right.
that's her later on.
Okay, that makes sense.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Oh, and also like when, like the head witch
Starts with a
Talisa?
T.
turned the 3 girls into eels.
That was
Yeah.
kind of fucked up. I was just
Yeah.
like, what?
They like don't have enough magic power or something.
Yeah.
But they have enough magic to power the castle.
Something like that, yeah.
Because like it was when they
Like they're not worthless, but they're also they can't live up to expectations.
That's the best use they have.
Yeah.
Really.
yeah. So like because like when they got pushed into the like pool, the whole castle shined brighter.
Little tangent. Did you think that Yennefer was going to turn those 3 girls that she was talking to into eels? Because they started getting like bitchy with her. I think it was like episode 7 when
And
she
it's
went back to
raining.
the castle.
Sounds nice.
She like went into the girls' room and they were like playing with plants and stuff.
I couldn't.
I think
remember.
so. I know
watched
what
it.
I know what you're talking about,
Mhm.
but yeah.
And then she like showed her around and they went down there
Yeah.
and they started getting like all bitchy with her and she's like, just because you couldn't become some,
Yeah.
like, let's go back.
Ooh, that transformation scene though. Not just the fact that Yennefer is Yennefer, but the fact like that just looked painful, especially the shot of the spine.
Yeah, and didn't need to see a uterus.
Oh yeah,
out of the body.
Like
that was
like they do not have modern technology. I couldn't even fathom how they did that. Like
He was just like, it's gonna take a few days to get the herbs ready, and she's like, no herbs. It's just like
keep the eyes, and I'm like, fuck yeah, keep the eyes, purple eyes. Oh, banger.
Yeah, the contacts in the different colored eyes in the show are pretty nice.
And then I think episode 3 might be my favorite episode, just because like the transformation of Yennefer, just because like you see like what she goes through for power, and then the best battle that Geralt gets. What was the beast?
Striga.
Yeah, Striga. Like we need that in almost every other episode.
Just a little battle.
It'd be kind of cool if like kind of like the X-Files or something, where like maybe every 2 episodes or every other episode there's like a monster of like that episode.
It's kind of like the Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, like a monster of the week is what
theory.
it's called, where like an episode is like half of the story is focused on trying to find this beast and capturing it, and like
we did get quite a few different variations of stuff, but it wasn't on the level of the swamp monster.
Yeah, honestly,
or
it
the
kind of was like
Striga.
that. It was just different executions every time.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
we did have something going on.
Episode 2 had like that small little goat guy. Then you had like those hounds in the last episode, right?
Hounds.
Like it was like those like they're like, weren't they like dog creatures? Or am I just thinking of Skyrim?
Yeah, what in the last episode?
The last, maybe it wasn't like
Or
Beast,
episode
but
7.
it was episodes.
Oh, they were like little zombie things that popped out of the ground.
Yeah,
popped out of the
From the
ground.
slaughter of the refugees.
Yeah, they look like
Okay.
little like golems.
Okay.
Almost, like
I knew
yellow
that they
eyes.
weren't like humans, but like I
Yeah.
knew they weren't. I thought they were on 4.
And we got like the
legs.
dragon.
The dragons were
Stuff.
cool.
The dragons were cool, though. I was like, when that dude like fell off the cliff, I'm like, you're not fucking dead. Like you
Yes.
play way too much
I
of
thought it
importance.
was. I thought it was pretty cheesy how he fell, but I don't know. I thought he died.
It reminded me of Fellowship of the Ring when Gandalf falls and he's like, "Ah, you fools." You're like, "Oh."
I definitely
did
thought,
not see him coming back as a dragon.
Not see him coming back as a dragon, but I knew.
did, honestly. The only thing is because like when they were talking about dragons and he was like, red dragon's kind of common, green dragon's the most common, black dragons you never see, and then Borch was like, gold dragons exist too, and he's like, gold dragons are a myth, and they're like, gold dragon or myths stem from the truth
Yeah,
or something.
that was a good line.
And I saw his like little gold armor. I'm like, you're a fucking dragon, aren't you, bitch?
I like the design of them because you can't just copy Game of Thrones and kind of just all generic.
Right.
Dragons.
They were more of like a
Salamander, lizardy, with
wyvern.
wings.
A wyvern is
Yeah.
where they got like the wings here, and they're more.
Yeah.
Mhm. I wonder if that is
Bipedal.
that like
Yeah,
what they
kind
look
of,
like in. Are they even in the game, or they're probably in the books and they're probably described as that? But I don't know if they're in the game. And if they look like that, that's cool. That like they
Right.
kept that look from the game.
And
But
we
yeah,
might see more of them in the future.
and I like the whole like kind of like telepathic communication that
Yeah.
he has.
Yeah, it would have been corny to see like a dragon talk.
My dad was like, "This is a little too nerdy for me." Like
Oh, shut the fuck up, Jared.
my mom and I were in it. He like after the end of the first episode, he was like, "I thought this was supposed to be the new Game of Thrones," like in his little like gay voice that he kind of does sometimes. And I was like, "Dad, it's the first episode, okay?" Like, I don't even know if like it was the end of the first episode of Game of Thrones. Oh, yes, it is. Never mind. The first episode of Game of Thrones is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like,
that's how it gets you hooked.
yeah. What do we think of like the witch battle for the castle? It was kind
Witch
of
battle for the
boring to
castle.
me.
Like the last episode?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
finale.
I thought it was interesting, but then when like, what was her name?
I thought it just
Sabrina?
kind of went on for too long. Sabrina
Yeah,
the
so
Teenage
and
Witch.
the worms.
Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like,
I really liked her.
worms.
Whatever this dress is called, or shirt
I
that
really
women
liked her
wear.
boobs too.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
Where it like connects up here, like the window.
I like the boobs.
Sure.
Sure.
Yes. Of course, they had to have a witch named Sabrina.
But yeah, that was that battle. It just felt like it was going on a little too long, and I'm like, one can only watch particles be thrown at each other, in my opinion,
Right.
for a while. Like
It
I
was
needed
cool
some
when
more.
She was sacrificing, like the evil witches
Okay,
to make the
but, like-
fireballs.
I think we can all agree that the coolest fucking scene of that entire battle was when the guy jumps through the portal with the two swords.
Yeah.
And I was just like, woo!
Just pure action scene.
Like, there was some really cool stuff. Oh, dude, no. One of my favorite scenes was
I survived.
Was the scene with the kings, like the queen and Yennefer, and that like insect-looking creature and that hunter dude, and they keep jumping. That was really cool.
I do like their interpretation of portals. Mm-hmm. It's kind of similar to Doctor
It's like a
Strange.
Sonic ring.
How they just like,
Yeah.
and it's like still twirling.
And then that was funny when she was just like left that bitch.
She's like, you bitch!
But then it was sad when the baby died.
Ah, that was kind of sad.
Because then like you realize it was sad, but then it's like really sad for Yennefer because like she's realizing like what sacrifice she made so long ago that she can't bear a child.
Yeah.
And for her to like a child to be lost in her hands is like really hard for her. So
Isn't that like a lot of like what she was, a lot of her motivations for doing things too throughout some of the episodes was that she was trying to
Yeah, in the late like
the
dragon
first
egg would have
few
given her like,
in
fertility.
the Jinn. We haven't talked about the Jinn
Yeah,
yet.
the Jinn.
Yeah, the first few episodes was her gaining power, and then I think by the episode with, like when she said it's been 3 decades, she's kind of like done already. She's like,
I want a kid.
yeah, she wants.
Yeah,
a kid.
it's a lot more boring than she thought it would be.
Yeah, so
But if she just went to Nilfgaard,
I mean, is it
Maybe
boring
that'd
if
be
she can just make a bunch of strangers have an orgy in front of her?
right? Well, maybe that's what it was. Is like she's like now bored of this. Like I don't get off to this anymore.
No, but then she
Like
gets
her
off
cool
to Henry later on
mask.
in the destruction of that castle. I thought that was kind of like it was played for laugh, but I was just like,
Which part?
when his little buddy like thought
Jaskier.
when they thought they were dead, but they're just fucking in the
Dude, I,
castle.
I like that sequence with him and freaking store brand Elijah Wood. Is that his name?
Elijah Wood,
Baggins?
Frodo.
Yeah, Frodo.
What about him?
The elf dude that was with Jaskier and like was in the cell with.
Oh, that's right. That's
Geralt,
right.
yeah.
That's right. Sorry, I haven't seen the show in like a little over a month, but
Right.
um,
Did that look like Elijah Wood a little bit?
I can't remember what it really looked like.
I liked his character because he loved Yennefer too, and then he's just like,
Oh my god. Okay, now I know who you're talking
and then he
about.
walked back. He's like, he's still alive.
Shoot. I
He's
guess
very much alive.
also one of my favorite scenes was probably the whole like destiny moment when
porcupine?
we have the porcupine. That was because you're just kind of like you're witnessing history go down, and like
Yeah.
Geralt is there, and you're just like shit. Everything is revolving around this moment,
And he was just kind of like, the law of surprise, I guess. And everyone's like, no!
Yeah,
and he's
you're
just
like,
like,
what?
wait, what
Why is this
happened?
a big deal.
And then the mom vomits, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like, motherfucker.
But also, why did the queen have such a big deal against him? Just because he was a monster?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think
Why
people
is-
like witchers.
No, I meant like the porcupine.
Yeah, the porcupine
Like she
guy.
tried killing him twice. It's like,
I guess maybe
Chill.
she just knew. Maybe she also could sense what would happen if they were together.
but that sequence was pretty fun. Like when the Witcher came in to fight, and then the husband. It's like that's what was really confusing about. It was like, why is the husband going against the queen? Like the king is going against the queen.
And you're just like, didn't you die in the first episode?
Also
and
that,
like
too.
that was like that's when like if like hopefully the average viewer is starting to understand that these are different timelines going on. Like when I first saw the queen back, I was like, you were bleeding out last time I saw you.
Yeah.
Like what's going on?
Because I think they did that on purpose. Because you saw her daughter, and you're like, oh, that's the girl now. She's all grown up.
That's what I thought. But I was like, wait, that doesn't make
Or
sense.
that's the mom. Yeah, it was all confusing. But
But
I guess
I do like the slight foreshadowing of when they're doing like the courting part, and the guy from Nilfgaard just got made fun of. And so it's like, is that when they start get their vendetta against Sintra?
yeah, there's a lot going on. Like I definitely will watch the show probably again before season 2.
I
just
also
to,
like how they
refresh.
made Sintra feel like the Winterfell kind of,
yeah,
and
I
like
could-
this
yeah.
is the Holy Kingdom. And as more we got through, you're like, oh, Sintra doesn't really matter as much.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, we
was
totally
nice.
forget the dude with the feather on his head. His
Yeah,
like
the-
story.
the
The Black
antagonist mostly.
Yeah, hunting
The
down
what do they
the
call it?
little
Feather
girl.
Knight?
What's the little girl's name?
Siri.
Siri.
With a
Siri?
C.
Yeah, his like whole.
Oh, poor.
Oh, and then the dude that like can transform into bodies.
Yeah, the shapeshifter.
And so they're both still alive, right?
Yeah, technically still alive.
Which is pretty cool because I think the shapeshifter though has a scar on his face now.
Yes.
And that's how you can identify that he's
yeah,
not
and he's probably pissed about
the
that too.
yeah, because he wants like the perfect body. I really like that story. That was a really cool story. Because like at first it was just like this mysterious man hunting this girl, but eventually he got a character when he was introduced with the other guy that
Poor
can
mouse
shapeshift.
hack. Really liked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really cool. He's in Gladiator, and his scene's pretty good in that movie. He's like Joaquin Phoenix is standing in between him and like these two guys are about to get executed.
He must have been young.
He was young, yeah. This was like early 2000s, but it was a really good scene. So when I saw him, I was like, "Oh, you're from Gladiator."
Did we really notice any other actors in the show?
No. That was like a small. Like I looked at his filmography, he was in nothing. Like that was like his first credit was Gladiator.
What have you been doing, dude? Just chilling out.
Yeah.
The Queen, I told you, is from Game of Thrones, and she was only in one episode. She was a witch.
It's Henry, and when you find out, like you're just like, why did Superman attach to this? And you find out he's a fucking gamer.
Bro.
What's up, nerd?
You say that, and then like we get famous enough, and we're like, hey, well, let's create a segment where we play games with celebrities, and we do, and he's like, we're still boys. You're a man. Just like, we thought you're a nerd, but like you're so
fucking charming.
He's just like, okay, so now you go to Rivia to uncover the backstory of Geralt. I'm like,
bro,
you played Superman.
I could see him being in like D&D, like wholeheartedly.
Dude, could you imagine if we
get
got
it
big enough that we got to do a D&D session with Joe DiMaggio? No, not Joe DiMaggio.
Oh, the guy that played Slade?
Deathstroke, yeah.
Yeah, he's in Critical Role sometimes. That's the
cool.
level I want to get on. Is like be on Critical Role and play with him. Yeah, fuck it. It's Joe DiMaggio.
While you're looking
Pesci, it's Joe Pesci.
when he's looking that up, I also like that we get to learn a little bit of the Geralt's backstory as a child, and that his mom was just fucking sick of him.
Was that his mom or his? Yeah,
I thought it was mom.
Mom or his sister?
And she was just fed up, and she's like, "You talk too much, kid. I'm gonna leave you."
Joe Manganiello.
Did you think that sequence was actually a dream, or did that actually happen? Of her coming and like healing him? And then
I think it must have been. I think it was somebody, but he was imagining his mom. But then it will probably later on maybe reveal that it might have been her mom or his mom's still around.
Mom? It's like if I knew these character names, it'd be easier.
And then eventually, like my mom and I kind of called it, like how the show was gonna end with him and the little girl catching up together. So
that was really a touching moment.
Or like Matt like yelled when she ran into the forest.
Oh my god! And then Geralt pulled up. I'm like, motherfucker! Just wait 2 seconds.
All right, okay, that is her mom.
It is
It's
okay.
weird. It's
That's
just
why.
it threw me out because like she looks so young. Like she looks younger than Henry Cavill. Visenya.
Well, that's why because like that's what she looks like when she was like, I'm pretty sure that was just like the memory of her when he's being healed.
I forgot if we saw her in his flashbacks. That was kind of corny though. Like, why was the girl running back though?
Maybe she sensed
Maybe
Geralt.
Destiny was like,
Yeah, supposed to look so, dude.
Destiny hit her with a
white
reverse
hair.
Because he
card.
did give the line that, you know, Destiny will always make sure that two people find one another or something like that.
Yeah, whenever Henry is able to talk, it's really good.
That's
you
what I wanted to talk
realize that
about.
he's a good actor.
It was the
Oh, yeah.
episode. I think we should bring up talk about the fact that I feel like he actually does have feelings because
Oh my god, the whole genie.
Yeah, the Jen and Yennefer.
I totally forgot about
What do you
that.
guys think he wished for?
I think it was.
Well, I think he wished for to always be near Yennefer in some way, or always have their paths cross.
That's a good thing. I was talking about the episode where they were on the way to kill the dragon, and he had that really convincing dialogue where he's just like, "Every time I'm near you, like this is the
when
most
they're in
that
the
I
tent,
talk."
Yeah, that was so nice.
And I was just like, "Damn."
And like how Yennefer, she doesn't want to be a mom specifically. She just wants to feel important to someone. So she could give up.
There was a lot of
Being a
character
mom.
development in the episode. I was just like, "Fuck."
But yeah, I totally forgot the whole genie thing. Because at first I thought it was... I thought that genie thing was just like going to be a little side plot, like the B story of the episode. Because he just wanted some sleep. He was just like minding his own business, doing a side quest. He's like, I just want some sleep, and that side quest turned into the main story.
Happened? The jar. Yasker had the jar, and he was saying his wishes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because Geralt was the one that actually found it.
And then the jar broke, or no, like did the djinn attack Yasker? Attacked his throat. I missed that line of dialogue. Like why he couldn't breathe.
So I don't know how, but Geralt had the wishes.
Because he also did that thing where the jar broke and he cut himself.
I don't think he cut himself. Hang on. So I think...
But he did get cut.
Could I just talk? I'm going to try to explain it. I don't remember the dialogue exactly, but I think Yasker was just being annoying and Geralt was being grumpy. So he was just like, can you just stop talking and just go away or die or something? Or he was just like, I wish you would lose your... something that basically made the djinn attack his throat, okay? Because then it showed the shot of him with the scratch on his arm, meaning that he expanded one of his wishes. Expended.
Used.
Yeah,
expended.
You know what? Fuck you.
Decomposition.
You're the one that's all just fuck you.
What?
So then...
Hobbs and Saw.
Oh, my fucking God. And then there was a time where he made the second wish, and it showed the second cut. And then he made the third wish, which we have no idea what the fuck it was. And then it had the third cut.
What was the second wish?
I don't remember.
But I think, my mom and I were talking about it, we think that it's maybe not that they cross paths, but every time that she might be in danger, somehow Geralt ends up in her story. Like, he ends up where she is, and so he can, like, protect her or whatever. So
that really sucked. Seeing them, like, finally, like, agree on something, and then the fucking dragon dude is like, she's a keeper, and then she says something, and he's like, fuck you. No.
Yeah.
No. And also it's like, cause like Jaskier comes in, and he's like, fuck you, Jaskier. He's like, no, you.
I know, like when
he's
pretty much broke off ties. Like, it was like that, then I watched The Boys, and I was like, no, keep these relationships going. I like them.
So that's what I also didn't like about the finale. Is like they couldn't find a way to put Jaskier in it, but it's like it makes sense. He's not a fighter, so he won't
come back.
He will come back, yeah.
He will come back.
He will come back.
But like my thing is that like he has to age tremendously, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, when he was like, oh, it's been like, what, a decade since I last saw you? I'm like,
and he looked the same.
Fucking look the same.
Yeah. But
I mean, is it going to be another decade when they see each other?
So like I just like, I don't know, just like just some little touches, you know, he doesn't have to be like an old man or something.
When was their time skip, him and Jaskier?
10 years from
when though? Like from what episode?
I think it was like back to back, wasn't it? Like episode 2 to like whenever the genie episode was, that's when he says it's been like a decade, right?
Okay.
So it's like, you are a legend now. Because then they go to that bar and everybody's singing the song because the song's been around for 10 years.
Yeah.
So like I'm just like shit like that. You're just like is little details showing that like time is skipped, but they did not do a good way of telling it. Like you had to really pay attention to stuff like that.
Right.
And then when you talk about it like this, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Like that from episode 2 to 4, people would know that song because it's been 10 years for Geralt's story.
Right.
But, and so that's just like my biggest thing. I hope like I would say like everything is like 85% perfect. Just more Geralt, more monsters, and fix the.
I think now
confusion.
that everyone's origin has been set, they can have more time to spend on The Witcher. So I'll have to go back to that finale and record how long The Witcher is in that episode. It can't be more than 10 minutes.
I'm saying, there's a lot of witch battle, and it kind of dragged down a little bit. But, any final thoughts?
It was okay. Very hopeful.
Yeah.
And it's cool that we're getting this animated movie that's going to be canon.
One more thing that I want to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed this like a few episodes in. Sometimes when you had the title screen of The Witcher, it had a different symbol.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
And in the last episode, they all
meld
came
together,
and it fucking became Geralt's sigil, the white wolf. And I'm like, fuck, that is cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. The music is also really good.
Oh, yeah.
The music's really good.
I was
it will become
hoping
iconic eventually.
that it was going to be the wolf looking forward. because I've seen that one a lot, and that one looks real dope with the red eyes.
Yeah.
But it was cool having the sigil. Fuck, what was I gonna say?
We were talking about the animated
music,
show coming
The
out.
animated show.
Yeah. So
I wonder when that's gonna take place.
I have no idea. I hope the same voice actor, like I hope like the actors come back to voice the characters.
You have to.
Right?
I wonder what
That'd be
style
so
it's going to
dope.
be in.
Animation
Well,
style?
well, it's like anime.
Avatar.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like Avatar. It's
Oh,
same.
okay. Well, I mean,
Uh,
there's different styles, so I didn't know if it was going to that.
So it's
Legend
an
of Korra.
American version of anime.
Yeah. It's technically not anime because it's not off a manga.
That makes sense.
That's why Avatar isn't considered anime.
But it
And
looks like it.
the fact that's not in Japan either. Dumb technicalities, gatekeeping, blah blah blah.
So what would we grade it, boys?
I give it. You will go first.
I'd give it a solid B.
B. I'll give it an A.
Yeah.
A minus.
I was gonna think like a B, like an 8 out of 10
Yeah.
for Connor's rating. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It's really good. Just I would say, but you'll really be into it by the third episode. And
I feel like season 2 will really take a step.
Yeah.
oh yeah, definitely it will.
Where do we rank this as far as 2019 TV? Technically, it's still
Man, I don't know.
2019.
Fucking Watchmen
There's
was
a
like,
lot.
whew, Watchmen is up there.
Watchmen.
I think
The Boys also.
also, yeah. Well, The Boys might be more than Watchmen. Like those, we never got to watch.
Watchmen.
But dude, honestly, like, I really want you guys to start watching Love, Death, and Robots because
For a second, I thought you started watching Chernobyl, and I was like, no.
No, but we need to.
Oh yeah, we can't say shit because we haven't seen Chernobyl.
We need to watch The Outsider.
Yeah, we need to get caught up on that.
and His Dark Materials.
Chernobyl first. I've
yeah.
been waiting.
Yeah,
for
that's
that for
4
so
episodes.
fucking. It's 6.
6?
Still,
Yeah.
it's apparently like the greatest thing ever. So
Because apparently,
hopefully
like
it
the
is.
practical effect. I think it's practical effects. Basically, just how the radiation survivors look is just it makes people.
And the
throw
dog
up.
scene.
I haven't heard about the dog.
I haven't heard anything, so just shush.
A dog
Okay.
kills Tony Stark.
But anyways,
Guess what, guys? Crackhead energy is back.
I guess we'll just do
Just
like
in time for you to go to bed in like an hour.
a little house cleaning. It's been dead for
yeah.
a week, so
Yes, we are super sorry.
but
Super
you
sorry.
know, I mean,
Nothing really came out. The only thing
we
could
knew
react
that
to
there
Fast
was
and Furious,
yeah
really.
we knew that there was going to be trailers, but like a lot of it was like TV spots,
Which we don't really.
and there was a final trailer for Mulan, but we already did two Mulan trailers. Like
I feel like
we wouldn't
two.
have had much to say for the third one.
Right. It
Um,
too much, anyways.
No, and then, but I guess we'll drop it here.
And Mulan's coming out in March, so
Yeah, we'll drop it here. That the reason why we were dead is because we were actually extremely busy on a short film that
very
we made.
busy.
So, this festival came to my school and they proposed a challenge to make a 5 or less minute short film in less than a week. Pretty much, they gave me shitty gear. I literally used none of it besides the
None of
headphones.
gear.
And
Literally.
Matt, Caleb, myself, Matthias, Ariel, Amanda on one day. We filmed that bitch.
Shout out to our
Right.
amazing friends.
Yes. It was a good time. It felt really nice to film something. And there is an edit out there. It's not the edit we're going to show, but.
And it has been submitted as of Tuesday.
As of Tuesday, it was submitted. Yeah, today is Wednesday. Hopefully. They didn't say anything. I assume I'll get an email if I make the top 16. So that'd be really cool.
You have tickets for the banquet, right?
Yeah. So we're going to go.
Fuck yeah.
I'll get the dress up. So that'll be fun.
Nah, sweatpants.
But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I definitely want to do a teaser and then we'll drop it. And then I took a lot of behind the scenes stuff, so that'll be behind the scenes video. So very exciting. So
If you follow us on Twitter, you have seen a little bit of behind the scenes.
yeah, a little
already.
behind the scenes, some footage and some pictures. Other than that, we got Birds of Prey tomorrow. So there was also just really not a movie that came out last week.
Right.
The only one that came out was Gretel and Hansel, and I really didn't want to see it.
Yeah. I think I'll see it at some point.
But,
I was going to see it tonight, but tonight has ran a little too long.
we got Birds of Prey. We're going to attempt to do Twitch again. Hopefully we can solve the problem and it's not just our voices. And
This is Twitch highlights, baby. Give them some love, first
Dude,
of all.
it got a little more love than what it originally started out with. So,
Right.
But yeah, anyways.
Actually, before we end this podcast,
before
Are we checking? the
Are we
numbers
checking?
now?
we're doing the reveal. So before we started this podcast and this whole night,
It's all
I don't want
we did a mini. Oh my god!
No, are you
it.
being dramatic? Or?
Honestly, for what it is, As of right now, 10:36 p.m.
How
Wednesday
long?
night.
How long has it been up?
Yahoo! Legs back. Jeffrey.
First 2 hours and 7 minutes. We have 105 views, 4 comments,
That's
7
great.
likes,
Obviously.
3 dislikes.
Hey, that's pretty good. For,
Alan Nutt, not much of a reaction, 3 thumbs down. Well,
You
what
got
the
the
fuck
joke.
did you want from us?
I'm reacting. I'm commenting to him right now.
What are you gonna say?
this was all. It was pretty much like.
I'm just gonna say whoosh.
I was just like,
Oh,
we should like.
shit. Spiral is also getting some good
exactly.
traction.
They're both tied,
Nice.
which is a little higher, but we'll get there. It's late. We'll
It's
get
late.
some love in the morning.
Yeah. X-Men.
Give that. A
I
heart.
hope people are spreading the minions around because that's pretty funny. But
I love how Alan Nutt's profile is Mr. Something, the white dog from Rick and Morty season 1 that controls the robots.
oh yeah.
What's his name?
Mr. P.
Baby Nut?
What?
Is it peanut butter? No.
The white dog from Rick and Morty season 1 that starts the dog revolution.
Biscuits, peanut butter.
Biscuits and peanut butter. Don't look it up. I'm looking it up right now. Rick.
After we find this, we're going to end the podcast. Hold on, guys. Bear
Will we
with us.
though? Will we though?
Bear with us.
You dog. Snuffles.
Snuffles, not even close. Anyways, guys, this has been Andrew.
Hey, Caleb.
And Matthew.
Peace, guys.
Good to be back. We fucking love you.